Tesla arson suspect was arrested and is now facing, hear me out here. Hear me out here. This may hurt a little bit. But we got to say it. Upwards of almost 20 years in prison. Let me say that again for the back. Upwards of over 20, not 20 seconds, not 20 hours, not 20 days, 20 years. 20 years in prison. Absolutely, positively crazy, man. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. We're going to look at this from a couple different lenses. Check it out.
The self-righteous mob that's cheering you on today to commit acts of violence on their behalf will leave you high and dry and forget about you tomorrow. And at the end of the day, you and you alone will be held responsible and face the prospect of a lengthy prison sentence.
A strongly worded message from the local FBI today following the arrest of the person accused of firebombing this local Tesla service center last Tuesday. 36-year-old Paul Kim is now facing local and federal charges.
Police arrested him yesterday. He appeared in a federal court this afternoon, and that's where he was charged federally with arson and having an unregistered firearm. He's also locally been charged with third-degree arson, property destruction, shooting a gun into a vehicle or structure, and possession of explosive or flammable device.
Now, when you see these charges, I want y'all to also remember something, that this is just charges from the local municipalities and the local counties that he's resided in, right? This has nothing to do with the additional federal charges that he's going to face. And the anticipated federal charges is supposed to be domestic terrorism, which by itself carries upwards of 20 years in prison with no chance or possibility of parole. Imagine being so indoctrinated that you got to the point to where you really thought that it was a good idea. And I told y'all, I warned y'all, I said that it was going to happen. Listen, bro, he 36 years old. 36 years old. By the time that he possibly get out of prison, he's going to be 56 years old with a felony and federal charges. That's crazy. All because you didn't like, and Elon Musk is going to move on. He's probably going to have 15 more kids by 15 more women. Life is going to happen. Trump is going to do what he's going to do. All of us, listen, in 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, we will forget you. You want a prime example of that? Anybody remember Luigi Margione? Luigi Margione? Hey, how much news coverage and how many people are still talking about Luigi Margione? We made money covering it. He went out there and executed. Guess what? Nobody cares, and they're going to forget about you. We move so fast in the technology world with news. That's why I be telling content creators a lot of times, they be getting all upset. Oh, my God, they said something about me. They're going to ruin my reputation. I said, man, don't nobody care about you in 3 days. We're going to be talking about something else. And you can go right back to doing whatever it was that you was doing and build up your new community. It's a guy. There is a guy that was pandering to women, and he was basically going against men. Okay. And this was, I believe, like a couple years ago. May even been like a year and a half ago or something like that. But I brought him up on the platform. I think I brought him up on this platform. And I held him accountable because he was feeling some type of way about the fact that I said, hey, man, stop pandering to these women and stop trying to throw guys under the bus to try to create a name for yourself and create a platform. You can do it better and you'll be more successful if you do it the right way. And he was like, oh, okay, man. Yeah. You know what? I agree with you. It's cool. No worries. I'm going to get my life together. I'm going to do it differently. You know what he did? He went right back to pandering. I embarrassed him on the platform. I told him to get his life together. I held him accountable. He humbled himself. And you know what he did? He went right back to pandering. You know what he did? You know what else he did? He built the whole platform, and he's starting to get some visibility. He moved platforms. Still do a little bit on YouTube. Moved platforms, moved over to TikTok, And now he sits there with a hood on his head, and he got his beer lined up a little bit more, and he be saying, yeah, man, you know what? I don't know why these guys think that they even worthy of talking to you ladies. He went right back to doing what he was doing. Embarrassment and all, looking stupid, came up on the platform and went right back to doing what he was doing, and now he's selling wolf tickets to women again. He was dusty in his car before. He was, talking about how he was simping out for his chick and all of that. You know what he did? Took 2 weeks off, waited till everything blew over, and he went right back over there, got him a little extra beard oil, and he went right back to parenting on women. He got a new platform, and he back on his game. Right back to it. Because everybody got short memories, and nobody is tripping about it. I say that to say that these people are going to forget about you. Jasmine Crockett, AOC, they put that battery in your back. You know what they're going to do? Walk right over your prison sentence and continue to try to become bigger in their political careers. They don't care nothing about you, Paul Kim. Paul Kim is going to be doing time. No, it wasn't Yada. That was a whole nother that was me and him on another platform. I brought this guy up on the Millionaire Morning Show. Y'all may not even remember. I might even try to find it for y'all one day. But Paul Kim just gave himself a 20-year prison sentence for no reason. And next week, nobody's going to care about it. Do y'all remember the guy that got arrested last week that I reported on? I don't even remember his name. Y'all don't even remember his name. He was the first one to get domestic terrorism charges. Now Paul Kim is facing domestic terrorism charges. And everybody going to continue to move on and do what they do.
News 3's Tiffany Lane is live in downtown Las Vegas to bring us the latest developments on this case we've been tracking.
Yeah, that's correct. So prior to his arrest, we did hear from police today talking about just what this investigation process has looked like. It did take 8 days, a lot of different agencies involved in this. He was arrested outside of his workplace yesterday. He, again, as you mentioned, did appear in federal.
Hey, he went back to work the next day. Oh, a dog burned down a Tesla service center, threw some Molotov cocktails inside of the car, drove off in his Hyundai that they now building a $21 billion plant for down in the South. And then the dude got up and brushed his teeth and went to work the next day. Oh, a whole week went by. He thought he got done with it. He thought he won. Come on over here and catch these federal charges, big dog.
Court today. But one thing we are learning more about is police are looking through his social media and believe it might get them one step closer to understanding why this all happened.
There's nothing courageous or noble about firebombing private property and terrorizing your local community.
Metro Police,
crazy,
FBI
bro.
Las Vegas, and other agencies on Thursday announcing the arrest of 36-year-old Paul Kim the night before. They say he shot up and firebombed several vehicles at the Tesla Collision Center on March 18th. Police say Kim shot 2 surveillance cameras at the business when he arrived in his black Honda Elantra.
Once he finishes spray painting the words "resist" on the doors, he then approaches multiple Tesla vehicles that were parked in the front of the center. He proceeded to shoot into each vehicle and used a Molotov cocktail to set the vehicles on fire.
Yo, y'all out of y'all mind. Y'all are out of y'all rabbit minds. Y'all have really lost all control. And y'all really let TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube finesse y'all into giving your whole life away. I can't believe you just gave yourself 2 decades in prison of trying to protect yourself, probably being forced to join the gang, and having protect your butthole against the next man, and you don't even know who your cellie is going to be. You really did that. You really did it. You went through with it. You went and got yourself together. You went and got you a hoodie. Like you thought that we was playing Splinter Cell, didn't you? You shot out the cameras. You got your Molotov cocktails, shot into the vehicle, lit it on fire, and then firebombed it. And now you got to do 20 years for domestic terrorism. You don't get a redo. You don't get to start over. Y'all really did see it through. Yo, have you ever thought about doing something that you wasn't supposed to do and saner heads prevailed, and you was like, you know what? Nah, you know what? I can't do it, fam. And then you went along, and then 2 weeks from now, you remembered that you was thinking crazy, and you thought to yourself, man, I'm glad that I didn't crash out. I'm glad that I didn't crash out. Man, I'm glad that I didn't crash out. Splinter Cell was slapping. I love Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell might be one of my favorite games of all time back in the day. They messed it up with the newer versions. But what is wrong with y'all? Really did see it through, big dog.
250 people from 13 agencies part of the investigation. Sheriff Kevin McMahill says technology, including DNA, led them to Kim.
Which is our flock license plate reader systems, which gave us our first clue. Our Skydio drone technology, our digital forensics lab, and all of the things that they do with cell phones and a number of other aspects of technology.
The search warrant of his vehicles and apartment also helped authorities recover several firearms and other items that linked Kim to the violent act.
We also were able to recover ammunition in multiple calibers, to include the caliber that was used in the crime.
Social media helping investigators piece together what could have been part of Kim's motive.
A preliminary assessment, and we have a lot of data to go through and a lot of investigative work that needs to be followed up on, but a preliminary assessment of the suspect's social media activity indicates some very loose but self-proclaimed ties to the Communist Party USA social media group, as well as social media groups called Revolutionary Communists International.
Commies. I told you they trying to bring that crap over here to the United States of America. Commies. They know your social media. They going to tie everything back to you, dog. Even if you delete it, they able to recover it. They can find out everything that you was on, every Reddit board that you was on, all of your browser history to where you went out. You went, got emotional, got on the Reddit board, and then right before you went to sleep, you went and let one off. Gave that forearm action. These are the real incels. This is the true definition of an incel. Crazy, bro.
Hidden Palestine, Palestine Action, and a variety of other social media groups.
Sheriff McMahill says police continue to be on high alert where needed.
As a precaution, we will continue our increased security efforts around Tesla-related locations, and as always, there's going to be zero tolerance in our community for acts of violence.
Now, Kim will be back in federal court tomorrow. That's at 3 p.m. And in the meantime, he will remain under the custody of the U.S. Marshal. Now, at the same time that this is all going on, the investigation still continues into the incident. Law enforcement is also looking to see if what happened here in Las Vegas is related to any of the other Tesla incidents happening around the country. We will continue to provide updates as they become available.
Dog, I'm trying to tell y'all, I warned y'all before, I'm going to warn y'all again. You going to jail, bro. You going to prison, you're not going to get no bail. They're going to throw domestic terrorism charges, arson, Molotov cocktails, destruction of property, having an unregistered firearm. You're going to get the whole book, bro. Ain't no lawyer going to take your case. You're going to get them slip-on lawyers, the lawyers with the slip-on shoes. You're going to take a plea deal, but it ain't going to really be a deal because they're not offering you a deal. They just offering you to get your prison sentence started, and they don't care. They got unlimited funds, unlimited resources, and they not going to lose. You're going to go to jail, dog. I'm telling you. Get your life together. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't do it, bruh. Silly.